what happened here?
At about 4:13 today, we received a call at 911 of a shooting in progress. A lady said she'd been shot, and the shooter was still on the scene.
And how many people, could you tell us how many injuries?
We have four people injured at this time, including the shooter himself.
And what time was this?
What time?
Yes, sir.
Is at 4:13 today. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you guys know any circumstances under what happened?
The victims of the shooter were transported to UT, and the shooter himself is UT at this time. So, there was some type of incident that occurred prior to this, and this guy was here to get revenge, is what we've been told. But it's still under investigation, and it's going to be some time until we get to the bottom of the full investigation. So.
And what's the condition of the shooter?
The shooter was flown out with UT Lifestar, and I'm not sure his condition at this time. He was still speaking and coherent at the time of transportation.
And how was he injured?
He was shot by one of the officers on the scene. It's unclear yet which officer shot him or which division shot him.
And how many agencies are out here responding right now?
There's probably 8 to 10 different agencies, including the Highway Patrol.
Okay.
So.
And exactly where was the shooting?
The shooter walked in the building, according to a witness, and just shot one of the victims and then started looking for other people to shoot. And that's what the caller told us, who was also a victim.
I know it's early, but is there any indication that there was a connection with anyone inside or with the woman or the particular?
The shooter knew at least 2 of the victims, and I think there was some type of altercation between a male that had got shot and the shooter himself.
Do you have a name of the shooter?
I do not at this time. We haven't notified the next of kin, and we're unsure of who the victims are at this time. We have identified the shooter as a Brian Wilson.
Can you spell that first name for us?
B-R-I-A-N, Wilson, W-I-L-S-O-N.
And that's a pretty close-knit community. Do you know any of these people personally?
I know Mr. Wilson, the shooter. He actually got bonded out of jail today. He was in there on a charge that could have been related to this, but we're not sure yet. He bonded out about 10:30 today from the Roane County Sheriff's Office.
Was that the house fire?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
Was that the house fire? Was that related to the house fire?
Mr. Wilson is a suspect in a house fire. Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure all the details on the house fire.
Gotcha.
Do we know how much time there was between the shooting and when the shooter was taken into custody?
I arrived on the scene within 8 minutes from the time the call came in, and we set up a perimeter, and it was probably 20-25 minutes after the shooting had occurred, and we knew he was somewhere in the location, and we boxed him in, and he had nowhere to go. We knew he was on scene because his vehicle was still here.
So I see that there's a few different scenes. Is that what we're dealing with?
Yes, we have 2 different crime scenes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So what's the second one?
The second one is where the shooter got shot at.
Okay.
And where is that?
And that would be from where we're standing here. It's right in the area where you see the blue lights behind the body shop. And that's the area there where they located him at.
And you guys responded really quickly to this. Can you just speak a little bit as to how that makes you feel as a sheriff to know that you guys were able to get out here and manage the scene? Can you tell me a little bit about those efforts?
Yeah, the sheriff's office has been short of manpower recently, and all the surrounding cities and agencies are aware of that. And we've been working together as a team to try to combat criminal activity and work together and try to form an allegiance and resolve all the issues we deal with on a daily basis, which is very, very, very busy this time of year. So,
Sir, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I can just sense this sense of, I don't know, maybe resistance or maybe confusion for you. How are you dealing with this right now? I mean, it's been a lot going on.
as far as myself personally,
Yes, sir.
It's tragic anytime there's a shooting or victims of a shooting. The Nashville shooting just happened a couple of days ago. It affects all officers on the scene and the dispatchers and all the emergency personnel. But it's really difficult to come to work sometimes knowing you're shorthanded. That's it. But we'll make it.
It wasn't lost on me that behind you are 3 crosses, and we're here overlooking a crime scene right now.
What's my thoughts?
Yes, sir.
It's just I'm proud that we do have the sheriff's office and all of us all working together because we're here for the same objective to try to protect and preserve life and property. And unfortunately, this is a real critical incident, and it's not normal for us to have two crime scenes in one area at the same time. So
What support are you all receiving at this time, and the families and the victims? Do you know
what is what? I'm sorry.
the support that's being given right now from for the victims? And
Of course, medical treatment for all the victims, including the shooter himself. The family, I talked to one of the victims' wife, and she's on her way to the hospital. And of course, she don't know the extent of the injuries of her husband, and nor did I at the time. I just let her know where he was going, and we've not been able to locate the other family members at this time of the other persons.
do you know that? Can you break down the genders? So we have 4
Yes.
victims.
Yes.
Can you break down?
This could change, but I think there's 2 females, a male shooter and a male victim.
Ages?
I don't know,
perhaps?
ma'am, at this time.
Anything else that you'd like to add? I know we've been like tossing questions at you, so.
I know that Tennessee Highway Patrol, the TBI, and our office are working this together, and all of our detectives are going to work with the TBI critical incident team to gather evidence and process this crime scene. So.
One more question. Do we have a timeline on when you think the highway may be back open again?
That would probably be a Highway Patrol question. We're hoping to get it open as soon as possible because it is a state route.
And where can people detour? How are people being detoured?
Going east and west,
Yes, sir.
they'd have to take I-40 or one of the back roads under the overpass of I-40 and go through the city of Harriman.
Is there anything else you can tell us at this time?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so much,
All right.
sir.
Thank you.